Today, I'm going to reveal the 4 most powerful vitamins to dissolve blood clots, clean clogged veins, and dramatically improve the circulation in your legs. And let me warn you right from the very beginning, the last vitamin is the most powerful of all. It's the one we in the medical and research community have studied most extensively to help older adults avoid serious, life-altering problems with their veins and their hearts. But before I tell you exactly which one it is, I need you to do one very important thing first. Check whether you have any of these 5 symptoms. If even one of them applies to you, your circulation may already be failing, and this video could genuinely change the direction of your health. Let's get started. Pay close attention. And if you want to know all 4 vitamins and the complete recipe for the powerful special juice, stay with me all the way through to the end. Don't skip any part, because every piece of information here could save your life. The 5 serious warning signs of poor circulation 5 symptoms that signal your circulatory system is failing. Here are the 5 most common symptoms that appear when circulation in your legs begins to break down. And be careful, if you recognize even one of them, your body is already sending you a clear and urgent signal. 1. Constant tingling, the sensation that simply won't go away. The first symptom is persistent tingling, or a strange, uncomfortable sensation in your feet and legs. Sometimes it begins mildly, almost like your leg is falling asleep, but it keeps coming back again and again without any obvious cause. This happens because your peripheral nerves are not receiving sufficient oxygen. Your blood is not flowing the way it needs to. From a physiological standpoint, when oxygen-deprived blood struggles to reach your extremities, the nerve fibers send distress signals. And that's exactly what tingling is. Your body communicating with you. As a physician and scientist who has dedicated his career to understanding how food, nutrients, and lifestyle affect human biology at the cellular level, I can tell you with confidence, the real question is not what's causing the tingling. The real question is, are you listening to the signal? 2. Cold feet even in warm weather. The second symptom is having persistently cold feet even on warm or hot days. Many people assume this is just a natural part of getting older, but that assumption is wrong. When your feet are cold in a warm environment, it means blood is not reaching those extremities adequately. Your circulatory system is falling behind. That's not age. That's a biological warning, and one that nutrition science gives us powerful tools to address. 3. Cramps while walking or during the night. The third symptom is one of the most disruptive, intense cramping in your legs while walking, or cramps that wake you up in the middle of the night. When cramps are pulling you out of sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning, that is not something to dismiss as normal. This condition is called intermittent claudication, and it occurs because your muscles are demanding oxygen that simply isn't arriving in sufficient quantities. If you also experience restless leg syndrome at night, that relentless sensation that won't let you sleep peacefully, this too is a significant sign of impaired circulation that deserves medical attention. 4. Skin changes A&D wounds that ARE slow to heal. Here comes the 4th warning sign. Look closely at the skin on your feet and lower legs. Has it become paler than it used to be, or perhaps more purple in tone? Do you notice discolored patches, brownish or reddish spots that weren't there before? These are critical biological signals that blood is pooling, that your veins are weakening under internal pressure, and that your skin tissue is no longer receiving the nutrients it depends on to stay healthy. This is precisely why wounds on the legs take so much longer to heal in people with poor circulation, and why swelling becomes a persistent daily problem that seems impossible to resolve. 5. Varicose veins, A&D spider veins, overloaded veins showing the strain. And the fifth symptom, varicose veins and their smaller counterparts, spider veins. These are twisted, visibly distended, inflamed veins that sit close to the surface of the skin. Many people dismiss them as a cosmetic inconvenience and nothing more. But scientifically, they represent something far more significant. They are direct evidence that your venous valves are no longer functioning properly, that blood is flowing backward or becoming trapped in pockets within the venous system, and that pressure inside your veins is building dangerously over time. All 5 of these symptoms point to one clear conclusion. Your circulation needs science-backed attention, and it needs it now. But don't be discouraged, because this is exactly what we're here to address together. Right now, we're going to walk through the vitamins that can meaningfully improve your circulation, strengthen your vein walls, and prevent the formation of dangerous blood clots. Let's start with the first, and this is one that a surprising number of older adults are simply not consuming in adequate amounts. Vitamin number 1. Niacin, the vitamin for flexible veins, and a resilient heart niacin, also widely known as vitamin B3. Most people are aware of its name, but very few understand how profoundly it impacts vascular health. I can tell you from years of research into the relationship between nutrition and disease prevention, and I've written extensively about this in my work on food as medicine. That niacin is one of the most powerful biological allies we have for keeping veins and arteries supple, preventing arterial obstruction, and sustaining healthy circulation in the lower extremities. Why is niacin so clinically significant? Here's a simple but powerful way to think about it. Imagine your arteries and veins are like water pipes running through a building. Over the years, those pipes begin to harden, accumulate deposits of fatty material, and slowly narrow. Niacin does the precise opposite. It opens those pipes, clears out the buildup, and actively reinforces their structural walls. Mechanistically, it reduces the formation of blood clots. It maintains arterial flexibility. It improves blood flow, specifically to the legs and extremities, and it protects the heart by regulating cholesterol, lowering LDL, the harmful form, while raising HDL, the protective kind. That combination is extraordinarily valuable in preventing the arterial plaques that ultimately cause blockages, strokes, and heart attacks. Niacin also protects your brain, and the benefits extend beyond the cardiovascular system. Research consistently shows that niacin protects neural tissue from the oxidative damage of aging, supports memory and cognitive clarity, and helps reduce the neurological wear that free radicals produce over time. It is, in many respects, a foundational vitamin for healthy, graceful aging in the fullest sense. Where do you find niacin naturally? The good news is that this is not an exotic compound. It's found in everyday foods you almost certainly already have access to. Natural niacin sources include eggs, easy to incorporate into any morning routine, chicken breast, which is lean, affordable, and one of the richest dietary sources of niacin available, salmon and tuna, which also deliver the added benefit of vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids, and almonds, an excellent, nutritious snack at any point during the day. With a well-balanced diet, meeting your daily niacin requirement is entirely achievable without supplementation. How much do you actually need? For the average adult, the recommended daily intake falls between 14 and 16 mg. A single 100 g serving of chicken breast alone covers more than half of that requirement. The body is designed to work with food first, and niacin from whole food sources is absorbed and utilized more efficiently than isolated supplement forms. An important precaution: if you do take niacin in supplement form and exceed the appropriate dose, you may experience what's known as a niacin flush, a wave of heat, skin redness, and uncomfortable itching across the body. It isn't medically dangerous, but it's distinctly unpleasant and entirely unnecessary. This is precisely why the food-first approach is the wiser clinical strategy. Whole foods deliver the nutrient in a form your body processes naturally without those disruptive side effects. And this is just the beginning, because the next vitamin not only improves your veins, it reinforces arterial walls, reduces the severity of varicose veins, and meaningfully accelerates wound healing. Let's move forward. Vitamin number 2, vitamin C, the guardian of your veins and the integrity of your skin now. Let's discuss a vitamin that almost everyone recognizes, but very few truly understand in its full clinical depth, vitamin C. And here's what may genuinely surprise you. This vitamin is not simply an immune system booster. It plays a structural, foundational role in the health of your veins, your arteries, and the skin of your legs. Without it, your circulatory system cannot maintain itself. Why is vitamin C so essential for circulation? Your veins and arteries are constructed from tissue that must remain firm, elastic, and structurally resilient under constant pressure. The protein responsible for building and maintaining that tissue is collagen. Here is the critical scientific fact. Without vitamin C, your body cannot synthesize collagen. When collagen production falters, vein walls begin to weaken and lose their elasticity. Inflammation sets in. Varicose veins develop. The skin becomes discolored, fragile, and progressively slower to regenerate. Vitamin C is not optional for circulatory health. It is biologically essential to it. It reduces inflammation and the heaviness in your legs. Vitamin C also functions as a potent natural anti-inflammatory agent. If you've ever experienced that dragging heaviness in your legs by the end of the day, or swollen and aching ankles after moderate physical activity, there's a strong possibility that vascular inflammation is a contributing factor. Adequate vitamin C reduces that inflammation, restores elasticity to the vein walls, and promotes a steadier, cleaner blood flow throughout the entire day. It accelerates healing, particularly critical for older adults. Wound healing slows significantly when circulation is compromised. Cuts, abrasions, or ulcers on the legs that take weeks or even months to close are frequently a direct consequence of both poor blood supply and insufficient vitamin C. Clinical evidence consistently demonstrates that optimal vitamin C status meaningfully improves both the speed and quality of tissue repair, and that is not a small thing for aging bodies. The best food sources, simple, accessible, affordable, fruits rich in vitamin C include oranges, lemons, and strawberries. Kiwi, which actually contains substantially more vitamin C per gram than an orange, and guava, one of the most concentrated natural sources of vitamin C in the world. Among vegetables, broccoli, red bell peppers, and spinach are all excellent daily options. Always consume these foods fresh. Vitamin C is highly sensitive and degrades quickly with prolonged exposure to heat, air, and light. Dosing A&D essential precautions. While vitamin C is widely considered safe, exceeding 2,000 mg per day can cause gastrointestinal discomfort, diarrhea, and over time, an elevated risk of kidney stone formation. The optimal strategy remains consistent. Food first. Natural sources deliver vitamin C alongside the cofactors and enzymes that maximize absorption and biological effectiveness. 2 more vitamins remain, and they are the most critical. Vitamin K, which plays a pivotal role in preventing dangerous clot formation, and vitamin E, the most potent of all. Stay with me. Vitamin number 3. Vitamin K, the key to preventing dangerous clots, and arterial stiffness, the next vitamin, is among the most misunderstood in all of clinical nutrition. But it is also one of the most important for sustained circulatory health. I'm talking about vitamin K. And I want you to pay very close attention to this section, particularly if you are currently taking anticoagulant medications such as warfarin. What does vitamin K actually do in the body? Vitamin K serves two critically important physiological functions. First, it regulates blood clotting with remarkable biochemical precision, not excessive clotting, which leads to dangerous thrombus formation inside the vessels, and not insufficient clotting, which creates life-threatening bleeding risk. It maintains the balance that healthy circulation depends on. Second, and this surprises many people, it actively prevents calcium from accumulating inside the arterial walls. When calcium deposits build up on the inner lining of your arteries, the vessels become rigid, narrowed, and increasingly prone to obstruction. This process, known as arterial calcification, is a primary underlying mechanism in the development of thrombosis, stroke, and myocardial infarction, the direct implication for your legs. When vitamin K levels are adequate, your veins and arteries maintain their natural flexibility. They withstand the hemodynamic pressure of each heartbeat more effectively. Blood reaches the feet and calves with appropriate force and consistency, and the probability of developing varicose veins or clot-related complications is meaningfully reduced. Clinically speaking, and this is something I emphasize in my research on food and vascular biology, vitamin K is a direct and underappreciated protector of the entire circulatory system. Where to find vitamin K through food? Green leafy vegetables are the richest sources. These include broccoli, kale, cabbage, spinach, Swiss chard, and fresh parsley. Among fruits, kiwi and green grapes contain notable amounts. And for a practical, powerful daily delivery of vitamin K, I recommend this simple green juice. Vitamin K-rich green juice recipe in a blender, combine 1 cup of fresh spinach or kale, 1 stalk of celery, 1 kiwi or half a red apple, a thumbnail-sized piece of fresh ginger, 4 or 5 fresh mint leaves, a small pinch of ground cinnamon blend thoroughly, and drink without straining first thing in the morning. Consuming the full blend, including the fiber, maximizes nutrient absorption and simultaneously supports digestive health. Take it as a complete package. Critical clinical note for those taking warfarin or other anticoagulants. This is where a great deal of confusion and real clinical risk tends to arise. And I want to be absolutely clear. If you are taking warfarin, you do not need to avoid vitamin K-rich vegetables. The problem is never the eating of these foods. The problem is the sudden dramatic change in how much you eat from one day to the next. If you consume a generous serving of kale today and nothing green tomorrow, warfarin's pharmacological behavior becomes dangerously unpredictable. It may become far too potent or far too weak, putting you at genuine medical risk. What I emphasize in clinical practice is not avoiding the diet. It is calibrating the anticoagulant dose to a stable and consistent vitamin K intake. Eat your green vegetables every day. Keep the quantity regular and predictable. And if you plan to make any significant dietary changes, have that conversation with your doctor first so your medication can be properly recalibrated. Consistency is the cornerstone of safety here. And now we arrive at the vitamin that is, in my clinical and research experience, the single most powerful for comprehensive vascular protection, vitamin E. It doesn't just shield your veins, it actively dilates arteries, reduces blood pressure, and prevents clot formation through natural biological mechanisms. Let's go to the final and most important vitamin. Vitamin number 4. Vitamin E, the star vitamin for strong veins and clean. Open arteries, we've reached the last vitamin, and I'll state it plainly and with conviction. This is the most powerful of the 4 for protecting your veins, your arteries, and your heart. I'm talking about vitamin E. What does vitamin E do at the cellular level? As we age, our cells and vascular tissue undergo a process of oxidative stress. Think of it like the rusting of metal. Over time, exposure to free radicals causes progressive structural degradation of the tissues lining your blood vessels, making them fragile, chronically inflamed, and less capable of sustaining healthy blood flow. Vitamin E operates as a lipid-soluble antioxidant, meaning it integrates directly into cell membranes and neutralizes free radicals before they can cause tissue damage. The result is that vein walls are structurally protected, remain sound under pressure, and age significantly more slowly. Vitamin E and thrombosis prevention. One of the most clinically significant properties of vitamin E is its ability to inhibit platelet aggregation. In simpler terms, it prevents blood cells from clustering together unnecessarily to form dangerous clots. For older adults, or for anyone with existing circulation challenges, this is a profound and measurable benefit. It keeps blood flowing freely, reduces venous stagnation, and meaningfully lowers the statistical probability of a clot-related cardiovascular event. Arterial dilation, the nitric oxide connection. And here is where vitamin E becomes truly remarkable. It stimulates the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels to produce nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that causes the smooth muscle cells within your arterial walls to relax. When those cells relax, the arterial diameter increases. Blood pressure drops. The heart operates with less mechanical resistance and less effort per beat. The analogy I find most useful is this. Imagine expanding a 2-lane highway to 4 lanes. The same volume of blood now moves through with far greater efficiency and far less congestion. That's what vitamin E does for your cardiovascular system. Where to find vitamin E through food? Foods rich in vitamin E include egg yolks, particularly from free-range hens, almonds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, fresh spinach, broccoli, avocado, and extra virgin olive oil. A small handful of almonds, approximately 30 g, provides nearly half your recommended daily intake of vitamin E. Add half an avocado and a serving of spinach to a meal, and you've covered the vast majority of your daily requirement through food alone. No supplements required. Should you take vitamin E supplements? Let me be absolutely clear on this point, because it matters. In the majority of cases, I do not recommend isolated vitamin E supplementation. High-dose vitamin E supplements, particularly above 400 IU daily, have been associated in peer-reviewed research with an increased risk of bleeding, especially in individuals already taking anticoagulant medications or aspirin. Food-sourced vitamin E, by contrast, comes packaged with synergistic nutrients that modulate absorption and prevent accumulation to unsafe levels. Always choose food first. The science consistently supports it. The ideal combination, B3, CK, ANDE, working together here is what I find most compelling about this entire evidence-based framework. When you combine these 4 vitamins, B3, CK, and E, you create a comprehensive multi-layered defense system for your entire circulatory network. Vitamin B3 opens and flexibilizes the arterial walls. Vitamin C builds and reinforces the structural collagen scaffolding of your veins. Vitamin K regulates clotting and actively prevents calcification within the arterial walls. And vitamin E protects, cleanses, and dilates, working at the cellular level to sustain everything the other three vitamins build. Together, they are an extraordinary biological team, keeping your legs strong, your veins resilient, and your heart performing at its best. Now that you understand the 4 vitamins, I want to walk you through exactly how to incorporate them into your daily life, which foods to combine, what quantities are optimal, and what precautions are essential for those over 60. Don't go anywhere, because there's still critical and actionable information ahead. How to take the 4 vitamins daily meal plan and essential precautions for older adults. The goal is not to chase these vitamins through supplements. The goal is to build a daily eating pattern that delivers all 4 naturally, consistently, and in forms your body can actually absorb and put to work. Distribute them through your day as follows: vitamin B3, best consumed in the morning; vitamin C at breakfast or lunch; vitamin K at your main meal; vitamin E, alongside healthy dietary fats such as avocado and olive oil. This approach keeps your circulation active throughout the entire day without overloading your system with anything artificial or excessive. Breakfast, rich in B3, A and D, vitamin C, 1 boiled or poached egg, 1 kiwi or guava, a small handful of almonds, warm water with fresh lemon juice. This single meal covers a substantial portion of your daily niacin and vitamin C requirements, and it takes less than 5 minutes to prepare. Lunch, optimized for vitamin K, grilled chicken breast or salmon, a generous salad with spinach or kale, cucumber, and a drizzle of high-quality extra virgin olive oil, a portion of avocado. This meal actively reinforces your arterial walls and maintains stable, consistent vitamin K levels throughout the afternoon hours. Dinner, light, anti-inflammatory, rich in vitamin E, spinach and avocado salad, a small spoonful of sunflower or pumpkin seeds, warm herbal tea. Unsweetened. This dinner is gentle on digestion, powerfully anti-inflammatory, and supports restful sleep without the burden of heavy, swollen, aching legs. The anti-thrombosis green juice, Dar-Li's clinical recommendation: 1 cup of fresh spinach, 1 stalk of celery, 1 kiwi or half a green apple, a small piece of fresh ginger, 4 fresh mint leaves, a pinch of ground cinnamon. Blend with 1 glass of filtered water. Do not strain it. Drink the full blend first thing in the morning. Your body will absorb all the fiber and nutrients together. That's how you extract maximum benefit from every ingredient. 4 essential daily habits for older adults. 1. Walk for 20 to 25 minutes every single day. Movement is the most fundamental circulatory medicine available to you, and it costs nothing. 2. Avoid crossing your legs for extended periods. It mechanically restricts venous return to the heart. 3. Don't remain seated for more than 45 consecutive minutes. Stand up, stretch, and rotate your ankles to keep the blood moving. 4. Elevate your legs for 10 minutes before sleep. This actively reduces edema and venous pressure. And drink adequate water throughout the day. Dehydration thickens the blood and significantly elevates the risk of clot formation. 5 critical precautions. Please do not skip this. If you take warfarin or any other anticoagulant, do not make sudden changes to your intake of vitamin K-rich vegetables. Maintain a stable, consistent amount every single day. If you have diabetes, hypertension, or cardiac disease, always consult your physician before beginning any supplement regimen. With natural food sources, the risk is minimal. but isolated supplements can interact unpredictably with existing medications in ways that create real clinical danger. The special 10-day circulation juice, you now know the 4 essential vitamins to strengthen your veins, improve your circulation, and reduce the risk of dangerous blood clots. If you've stayed with me this far, that tells me something meaningful about you. You are serious about your health, and you're making a courageous and intelligent decision. Now I want to give you one final powerful